If it's outcome focused and inspired from a negative experience and something went wrong, you go around the loop ascribing the mistake or the failure to something outside of yourself, and you don't usually take accountability. My meditation didn't feel as good yesterday as well as today. It felt like my mind is cloudy. I keep losing track of the pattern of body scan. And so I could see that pattern in my brain. It's not as focused as I wanted it to be. And the thing when this happens to you is that we judge ourselves when we are not in the best moment that we think we are supposed to be. We are always in this default of judging ourselves at where we are. And I was at this point this morning and last night, judging my meditation, it, which I learned that it's not supposed to be um, the case. When you meditate, you just watch your thoughts or whatever you are in, accept yourself wherever you are. And I'm saying this because my attitude at work lately hasn't been that good. I was a bit irritable. I was attributing it towards the shitty standardized lesson plan. And I've been wanting to make changes with the lesson plan, with how my classes is run, because I felt like it's it's not my pacing. And the activities they're using a similar framework for different units, which is all right if you're a beginner teacher. But for me, who's had more experience, I want a better I want a better plan that fits my personality, and because I see teaching as my craft. And yeah, I've been feeling shitty lately about that and wanted it to change. I've noticed that that's the quality of my thought, looking at the thing in a negative lens. And when you want to change things from a negative point, and you want to go to change, um, it's not a very good start. I realize because you're doing it out of a negative stuff. I was finding the lesson plan terrible. I didn't have this good energy towards changing it, and I was focused on an outcome. And when you practice meditation, you'll realize that the outcome is not what makes you feel better. If it's positive, it will make you feel better. If it's negative, it will, you know, put you down into this loop again of negative thoughts. Look at the reason why you're doing it in the first place and try to shift your mind from it. So there are two reasons for me. One is, of course, my negative experience of the ready-made lesson plan in the classroom, and at the same time, there's also this more positive reason why I want to make a change. It's because I love writing lesson plans. I love curating lessons. I come from a theater background, and I love directing the students to do this and that, and finding out the energy levels, how they work together, and also the visual elements of the class. I love just manipulating those. And that's the other side of it. That's the other part of the motivation. One is feeling negative of the effects of the lesson plan. The other is just wanting to do what I love. When you do something that you love, you do not obsess on the outcome, right? And even if it fails, it's still okay. You wouldn't mind because you've enjoyed it. You learned a lot of lessons of it from it. Um, you take accountability of the things that went wrong. If it's outcome focused and inspired from a negative experience, um, and something went wrong, you go you go around the loop ascribing the mistake or the failure to something outside of yourself, and you don't usually take accountability. So yes, right now I'm driven to make my own lesson plans. I don't care what my manager thinks, what the company thinks. I think that I'll do what I want to do as long as I'm meeting the policy and delivering education to the students. And I'm telling you right now, standardized lesson plan is such a bad idea if you're running a business or on education, or thinking about doing this for your teachers. You should give it as a guide, but not as a policy that they should use it, because no, it loses the identity of the teacher. Every teacher is different. They have their own pacing, they have their own strengths. We want to cultivate those strengths from our teachers. Otherwise, it's just a factory. And we don't like this idea of school as a factory. um, Kids aren't cans of sardines. Focus on the action, and focus on something that I enjoy doing. Focus on the present rather than the outcome, and try to shift my mindset from a negative starting point to something that I love doing. So yeah, it's been rainy today. um, it's the middle of the day. It's so bright. That's why I'm wearing my glasses. And I hope you're well. I hope you find something that positively pushes you to do an action. And if you're in that negative loop or negative starting point, our mind is so vast. Try to find that something that gives you energy, that makes you smile when you do something. We have this freedom to do it, and it starts with, of course, awareness. So, as much as possible, take time to sit quietly with yourself, be with yourself, and, reflect on your strengths, on the things that make you happy, that make you energized. Yeah, there. Tricycle down the road. Okay, see you later, alligators.